Okay, here's a review about how to build your thesis and topic sentences for your humanities control tactics paper. So first, this is a complicated paper, and we're answering a whole bunch of different questions in your thesis and in each of your topic sentences. So you're starting with the basic, the purple, which control tactics are you examining? Then you also need to explain how do these tactics violate human rights and impact human happiness, that's the green. And then you're eventually working toward, in your conclusion specifically, the red. To best ensure human happiness, is it more important to have individual freedom or group security? Your thesis statement is going to have two parts, and they're going to address the purple and the green. So first, what tactics do governments use to keep control of their constituents? This would be the first part of my thesis statement, answering that purple question. Totalitarian governments use a variety of tactics, including propaganda, censorship, and revised history to control their populace. So it's a pretty simple sentence just listing the three control tactics that you're going to talk about. The green is a little bit more complicated, and I would suggest you add it as a second sentence in your thesis statement. The question you're answering is, how do these tactics impact human happiness? So for me, the second sentence of my thesis would be, of these, revised history most threatens human happiness because it limits the right to knowledge and education, without which a person will never achieve his or her full potential. So again, that's the green question is answered in the second sentence of my thesis statement. So when you write your thesis, you want to do part A, that you just list the three control tactics, and then part B will have your claim and compass. Which of these three tactics impacts human happiness the most? That's your claim. And the compass is how does it violate human rights and why does it hurt human happiness? That's the why in your compass. In your paragraphs, you're going to go from bad to worse. So your first body paragraph will be a bad control tactic with evidence from history and English to show it. Your second body paragraph will be a worse control tactic, so it makes people more unhappy or it limits human rights in a worse way, and you'd have evidence from history and English. And then your third body paragraph will be the worst control tactic of the three. Okay? Each of your topic sentences is going to have the same stuff in it that your thesis does. And so your recipe for doing a topic sentence is to talk about the control tactic, plus the human rights it violates, plus its impact on human happiness. So let's look at what some of those topic sentences following the recipe would look like. Again, remember the recipe is a control tactic, the human rights it violates, and its impact on human happiness. And you'll notice these are color-coded in the example topic sentence below. My topic sentence for my censorship paragraph is going to sound like this. Totalitarian governments limit expression through censorship, which violates the right to freedom of opinion and expression as stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 19. When people are censored, they cannot explore new ideas, preventing their access to the human enjoyment of intellectual growth. Again, you'll notice that this has all three parts. It names a control tactic, it links it to a human rights violation from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and specifies how this violation impacts human happiness. When you write your topic sentences, you want to check off that you've done all of these together. You are welcome to change the order, but all three parts should show up in each topic sentence. And you might have noticed my last topic sentence was 2 sentences actually, and that's okay if you need to break it into 2 sentences. Some suggestions for transitions between your paragraphs will help your paper flow better. So when you move from bad to worse, you might say something like, even more than propaganda, which is your first paragraph, censorship, which is your second paragraph, limits human happiness by blah, 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 blah. Okay? Or starting your third body paragraph might sound like this. The worst control tactic is, and then for your final body paragraph, you might start with, ultimately though, the tactic that most threatens human happiness is blah, 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 and then your worst one. And that will help your paper flow better from beginning to end. Eventually you will have a thesis statement and 3 topic sentences that all trace control tactics and human rights and impacts on human happiness. And that is how you build your argument for this paper. Good luck!